Hey guys, it's Doug McGuff with Ultimate Exercise, Body by Science, and drmcguff.com. Just finished a workout here on a Sunday morning. Wanted to talk to especially some of the younger viewers that might be watching this about training and functional ability as you get older. Right now, particularly on the internet, on Instagram, YouTube, things of that nature, there's just tons and tons of information about functional training, or making the argument that certain types of ballistic or skill-based barbell training is more functional than working out with the type of paradigm that I advocate, which is force-controlled, high-intensity resistance exercise. And I think a lot of the younger people just aren't that interested, or are ignoring the risks of that simply because they have youth on their side. I am 57 years old. I have had no major injuries in my training, and I have no limitations in what I can do in my training at all because I've never had any significant injuries. I don't think that this is going to be true. It's certainly not true for anyone that's competed in Olympic weightlifting. I think you'd be hard pressed to find many competitors in the 50 and over age group, if there even is one. But I think the argument that doing these skill-based movements is more functional is only true for the specific skill-based movement that you're training. And I do not believe that it crosses over in any meaningful fashion. I used to race BMX very seriously, and I remember an MTV Sports episode where they took different types of extreme athletes and let them cross over with each other. They took skateboarders and let them try wakeboarding, and wakeboarders try skateboarding. And there was no transfer of those skills in very similar activities at all. The skateboarders were crashing and hurting themselves. The wakeboarders were, landing on cement and getting injured. They didn't transfer at all. So the notion that being able to snatch a kettlebell over your head and balance it is going to transfer into anything meaningful, sport-related or life-related, I think is specious. And I don't think that there's anything that makes you better for having done those things. I mean, you can teach a seal to balance a ball on its nose. And you can take a bear in the circus and teach him to ride a tricycle. But that doesn't make a better seal, and it doesn't make a better bear. And as far as these movements, I do not believe that they transfer functionally into anything of use. And I can tell you what is not functional. What's not functional is to make it into your 50s and not to be able to do any overhead work because your rotator cuff is shot. And what is not functional is to have a herniated disc in your low back so that you literally can't do anything. Once you lose your activity in that realm, then you truly are on a slippery slope to aging that is not even necessary. I think what is functional is to have good strength that you can transfer into any specific skill-based movement that you want to perfect for any particular purpose. But to train ballistically, to do all this crazy stuff that I see, balancing on BOSU balls, having weights on the end of an Olympic bar hanging off rubber bands, battle ropes, fill in the blank, you're just gonna get hurt. And it may not seem like a big deal now when you're young, but you don't realize that when you're 52 years old and you're flopping a sheet to make the bed and your supraspinatus tendon tears. You think you did it in that moment, but what you don't realize, it was all the ridiculous overhead work that you were doing ballistically in your 20s and 30s that resulted in that event in your 50s. So I really just want to bring training back to a more rational basis and get people to think long term. We're not trying to show off for Instagram or YouTube. What you're trying to do is to make yourself truly more functional over the lifespan. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience that your life in your 50s and beyond is going to matter just as much to you as your life does in your 20s and 30s once you get here. So something to think about. For Ultimate Exercise, Body by Science, drmcguff.com. Signing out.